This is the weekly crypto market review and coin analysis, and your anchor is Vama, and it's proudly brought to you by Coin News Extra. So, Vama, you're welcome.
Thank you so much a lot, Lee. So I'll just start right away. I think many attendees are also joining. So if anyone has any questions, please drop in the message box any questions. I'll try to answer it maybe after or maybe in between. So feel free to drop your questions or doubts in the chat box. So let us just quickly jump in. Let me just share my screen. Let me know when my screen is visible.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Perfect. So welcome everyone. Thank you so much for your time, coming on a busy Thursday. So today we are going to discuss specifically about the market research. This thing I have learned long ago, but again, there are like small things which we need to keep reminding our mind, because this is something very important right now. We have a lot of data right now. We get a lot of information every day, but how to be very focused when it comes to learn about a specific industry. So let's say for blockchain or cryptocurrency, we need to know everything about it, but we have a limited time. So how to utilize it very effectively. So I believe in doing good market research analysis, because that just saves a lot of time in making good decisions, as well as in advising others which are the websites they should refer to and how much time they could save, instead of going through all those rumors and stuff like that, which is so much junk data available right now, and it's very difficult to find which is the correct information and which is a rumor. Okay, so let's just quickly talk about what are the topics we are going to discuss. Before that, this is a disclaimer, like I am not a final or legal advisor for this. So I always recommend to do your research before even investing any amount. These are obviously my personal views, because these are all research done by me. Let's talk about number of daily transactions of crypto. So you might be aware, like every day we see so many whales as well as so many transactions happening in terms of Bitcoin as well as altcoins, and even with Ethereum. The volumes have increased right now. One specific reason could be like people are believing in it, and at the same time, because of the pandemic, they are actually a little bit scared where to put their money in. So they feel gold and Bitcoin as one of the secured place where they could put their money in, and then try to see if future down the line it could be profitable. Anyways, Bitcoin is always profitable. The reason being, if you compare every year, so it generally goes little bit up, then down, then up, then down. It keeps jumping. So you could always have patience and wait for the time when you find you're getting a good return. Similarly is the case with altcoins and with Ethereum. So if we know the in-depth information of all this crypto, I think it will be a very wiser decision to understand which is the crypto which you should actually chase after. Okay, so we will be discussing more of that in detail. The next important part is having that information about that research. Okay, so there are, like as I mentioned, a lot of websites. So where could I find that research data, and how to understand about which exchanges is good, which exchanges is average. Okay, and there are some exchanges which are dead. So how to make sure you don't reach out to exchanges which are dead. So you need to see their volume of data. You need to do that kind of analysis. Sentiments, obviously. So this is like last session I mentioned about crypto panic. So you should definitely think about whether that is a bullish, a bearish, or just an average thinking. So that is important. You need to know about the market sentiments. Just small news can make the Bitcoin to go too high as well as just fall away. And most importantly, futuristic data. So if you have the data of, let's say, next 5 years, life would be amazing, right? But we don't have that kind of data, but you can still do a little bit analysis of the previous historical data, as I mentioned in the last episode, and try to use that information to get more information. At the same time, make sure you are making your brain work a little lighter and not concentrating more on this one industry. Rather, you just focus on multiple industry and try to relate that way. that will help you a lot to make a wiser decision in this. Okay, so let's just quickly jump into the topic. So the first important part I'm going to tell you is this is a data which is very, very important. Number of daily transactions of crypto in the first quarter 2020 with Ethereum is 753.51. So when I say daily transaction, it doesn't mean the amount of transactions. Okay, so this many transactions every day it used to happen in the quarter one. Now the amount of transaction could be too huge for somebody could be a whale, or it could be also for somebody who's just starting out. But you see, Ethereum is leading. Okay, the reason being people are trusting it more, and people know that it is going to change a lot of things with the smart contracts and stuff like that. Next is Bitcoin. It's around 298.98, it's close to 300 per day. Obviously, Bitcoin, people also do something called as arbitrage, or what they do is they'll invest in Bitcoin, then in altcoins, and then take out back in Bitcoin. So this way they can have little bit of small margins of profit. So this is also very useful. And if you see the altcoins, it's less than 75, but still it's 1/10 of Ethereum, which is good. That means altcoins, because there are so many, it's like 3,000 plus coins you find it on CoinMarketCap. So they are still being transacted on a daily basis. It again depends on the founder who started this organization, their company, and how they believe in that. They have a very good case study. And as we mentioned about Cardano last time, so what's the roadmap looks like that. So if the roadmap looks very confident, I think the transaction values of the altcoins will definitely increase, and people will trust it more in that way. Next information I wanted to give, this is a statistics. I love this website. This is known as Statisticsa. So Statista provides me a very good information at a single place. So if you see it very carefully, this is the data of 30-day volume in billion US dollars, with BKEX being the highest in terms of the specific exchange, with the 46.37 billion US dollars transactions. But one important thing you can see here, or you can realize, is it's very close. Okay, so there's not much difference. That means people are very, very clever. Okay, so they don't put money at a single basket. They want to expand to multiple exchanges, which is a very good thing. So similarly for you also, to grow as an individual, you should always have multiple baskets where you could invest your money, whether it be a stocks, or whether it be something else, okay, real estate or anything like that. Now, if you see in 30 days, if this much amount of transactions are being done, then think about the entire year, how many transactions are being done, right? So it's just showing that people are shifting to the digital world much faster. And this is the world global data. So you can see the survey time periods in the starting of the year. So this data is very, very valuable for you right now. People are so bullish about it because there's so much investment coming in, and they believe this is going to change many things. Maybe down the line, if you see 2-3 years down, you will find people going to coffee shops and using Bitcoin. That could be something in entire part of the world. It could happen. It is already been happening, because there's like a lot of Bitcoin ATMs right now. In US, in multiple countries, they are already adapted it. They have adapted it. Even in Europe also, they have adapted it. But imagine that kind of thing if it happens in the future. So you will lose a lot of things if you don't invest right now. So this is some analysis on that. Next important thing, if you see on the left hand side, this is by Crypto Research, a company which gives a report. So if you find, let's say the world population is this much, so there's like 1% of the chunk, which basically of the entire population is putting the investment in crypto. Okay, if it is 2%, it's double, 3%, it's triple. So what I mean to say by this is there's like a huge audience who's already into crypto. If you're not there and you're thinking to start with, just start it, right? Just don't think about like there will be a good time when this specific currency will go 100x or 1000x. It's just about starting something. Once you start and being a bit positive, wait for a few years and then see the results, right? So there's like this data just trying you to say that there's like a lot of people already using it. If you see users per country also, this is obviously the data from statistica.com as well. So you see Turkey, for example, more than 20% around, right? Japan is pretty less. Spain is also a little less, but you see in Europe, it's just becoming the new normal. Okay, so people are getting used to it, and the users again will keep increasing. So this is the data of this specific year. If you combine the data from past 5 years, obviously that data will be different, but I'm just trying to say that different countries have different opinions, but still they are very bullish on this. Now let's just talk about what is a bearish kind of a mindset. When cryptocurrency will only take over 1% of the entire target addressable market. So it's like little bit negative when you say that. It's like, imagine it's like a $10,000 billion marketplace. Okay, so it's just 1% of that going for that. So it's a bearish sentiment. Next is the cryptocurrency will take 2 years to achieve 10% of 1% adoption. Okay, so it means that somebody is saying that crypto is not going to be adopted so fast. So to achieve that 10% of that goal, and to make sure that 1% of the audience of, let's say, this population is going to adapt it, it's going to take 2 years. So that means it's a bearish statement. Next one is the number of years that the cryptocurrency will take to achieve 90% of the 1% adoption will be 7. Okay, so this is also a bearish sentiment when we are talking about 7 years to achieve 90% of the just 1% adoption. Okay, so these are some statements when I say it is bearish. Okay, so these are some things you will find on news, and you can also analyze if it falls into this, that means it is bearish. Any coin it could be, or it could be as a whole. Next is average, or let's say modest. Okay, so cryptocurrency will only take over 10% of the entire target addressable market. The cryptocurrency will take 2 years to achieve 10% of 1% adoption. So this is, you see, it's like little positive from the previous one. And the last one, the number of years that the cryptocurrency will take to achieve 90% of the 1% adoption will be 5 instead of 7. Okay, so it's like average. And now when we talk about the bullish, which I feel right now is happening right now, cryptocurrency will only take over 20% of the entire target addressable market. The cryptocurrency will take 2 years to achieve 20% of the 1% adoption. I'm talking about this 1%. The number of years that the cryptocurrency will take to achieve 90% of the 1% adoption will be 5. Okay, so this is generally a 5-year goal plan. It's not that 90% of that top 1% adoption will happen right away, but I believe it will happen in my country, it will happen in your country, and you should also be bullish in that terms, right? So if you feel there is some information, you have some doubts, you can always get back to me, or always put on chat. I'll respond as soon as possible. Next important thing I wanted to highlight is the futuristic goal, okay, based upon something like, let's say, what is happening right now and what is going to happen in the future. So this is again a report. Obviously now these reports are not guaranteed, but it's just like being positive. Okay, so you can be positive from crypto research reports. So if you see at the starting it was 9263 USD for BTC. They're expecting close to 20k, again back to what it was a few years ago. 5 years again 341k, 397k, 395. I don't know if these numbers are true, but just imagine if even if it's like 1/10 of that, still it's a good ROI, right? Similarly for Ethereum, you see how gradually this is increasing from 208 to 3441. So it's just a waiting period of few decade. Similarly, Litecoin from 44 to 2299. So you see the altcoins, for example, you can notice that the amount of 1000x, something like that. Bitcoin Cash again starting with 235 and then exceeding till 12941. Stellar from 0.07, note it, 0.07 cents to 8.26. Now I don't even know how much percentage increase it is exactly, but that's massive, and that's what actually happened with a lot of exchanges right now. If you see somebody who invested in 2013 or 14 and you see the today's value of all the altcoins, you'll find this exact figure. Okay, so this is exactly how it is happening. Next, as I mentioned, we're talking about the Bitcoin ATMs installed across the globe. So this is the research data, which is very, very crucial. You see, when Bitcoin was pretty new, there was just 4 ATMs. Okay, and when we come today in let's say we have the data of till 2019 November, there are close to 6,000 ATMs of Bitcoin. So you see the adaptability part from 1% to reaching to let's say let's just calculate more than 100%. Okay, it's just huge. Okay, here only I think I can see it's more than 100, and then it just keeps increasing. Imagine once the figure comes for 2020 November, and similarly for the next 3 or 4 years. So the adaptively part is naturally happening, and obviously if ATMs are there, people are going to withdraw something, and it's what my assumption, like if you're into it, you should definitely be bullish onto this. Then one important thing I wanted to give information, like if you want more information, obviously you can contact me through this channel and medium. Now what I will do is I'll just show some cool websites which I use to make sure that I get information. So as I mentioned last time, it's the coin market cap. So let just give me a moment. I'll just quickly show you specifically. So you see here the exchanges, for example, the average liquidity is 522. See the volume here, how much BTC it is showing. I just changed it to BTC instead of USD. The graph, it went peak, and you see this is a similar pattern. If you notice this very carefully, right? So there's always a similar pattern, right? So if it has gone up, it will fall down anyways, but again it will go up, and that's where you have to take out the investment, right? So it's about being bit positive on that. And obviously there are like a lot of things you can learn on this website. For example, here there is an option called intro to crypto, so you can learn a lot of things about crypto. These are the basic things, like when you're starting out, you want to know which exchange to go, what is the benefit, and stuff like that. Then you go at the bottom here. People generally don't look at the bottom, but I actually look at the bottom. It is something like call to action. So let's just do the light mode on so that it's more visible. So if you see here, there's like multiple things we can see. Now there are some channels called Telegram where it's so much active. Twitter, it's also active. Instagram, it's active. There's interactive chat, so you can also talk with people who are directly connected with the exchanges. Jobs, careers, blog, newsletter. So there's like multiple things you could browse, and obviously you can download the app anytime. So what I do is generally I don't have much time, so I just click headlines and I reach here. So in the entire day, I can see, okay, what are the things bullish, positive? Okay, these are the things I can see. At the same time, I can see some amazing news here. I don't have to just keep on browsing things. You can just click here, and you can see if there are anything signals they're showing. Okay, what is the latest news coming in, and what are the chances that it's going to increase value or it's going to decrease value. So there's like a lot of information, you can actually take it from here. The next important part, as I wanted to tell, is about this website, this amazing website, statistica.com. It has just impacted my life a lot. So it could be any industry. It's not just blockchain, but it could be many. So let's say you're talking about artificial intelligence, Bitcoin, cloud computing, autonomous vehicles, or I want to know something about coronavirus impact on global economy. I want to know about IoT. I want to know about smartphones, wearables. I want to know about what's happening with Amazon Prime, okay, Facebook, Apple. So all these things are connected, because we know Facebook is going to come with Libra, their own cryptocurrency, right? So everything will have an impact on the sentiments, and the price of every coin will also have a great impact. So we need to be sure to be subscribed to all these reports and try to get as much information as possible so that we are very fully, specifically secured. Now let's just jump to something else which I love, something called as Google Alerts. So on Google Alerts, you just go to google.com/alerts. So you just put what you want to visit, right? So let's say I want an update for crypto. I just type here, click an alert. Every day you will keep getting alerts. So you can also change the frequency. Also, if you like, you can put it like delivery time, digest, single email, everything on a single, or you want separate. Okay, so this ensures that in my inbox I am getting what I actually want to read. Okay, and obviously the ones which I don't want to read, I'll anyways not open. But what I mean to say is, if you want to follow something, just go to google.com/alerts. You'll get a lot of information. One important thing is also Reddit. Okay, so I believe people are using Reddit a lot. You get a lot of information that way. It could be any industry again. So you see, I just typed, for example, cryptocurrency. I got so many information, so much thing. Reddit is just like an aggregator, as I mentioned last time. So imagine like Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, everything, all information at a single place. Okay, so everything is at a single place. It's very useful. And there's an option here without even logging in. Okay, I'm not logged in also. So I can select something like past hour. So what happens when I select past hour? I can see like, okay, is any news right now? No, there's no news. Let's go to past 24 hours. No, there's no news. Let's go to past year. right? So now I see there are news. So you can also be aware what is the latest news on this specific community, right? So there's like, again, you can keep changing keywords. So if you notice very carefully, I have knowingly kept the spelling wrong. So there is an N missing. So if I put it and I put an N here, and then we try to do it past hour, there you see. Right, so just a small keywords also plays a key role. So you see that the data, so much data is freely available. Okay, so this is not even, I'm just not even logged in. Again, if you log in, you'll get a different variety because they will advertise and stuff like that. Let's just also talk about something like mind maps. Okay, so this is also very important. uh, we have same 24 hours how you are trying to utilize that for research in crypto or in anything. So you have multiple kind of if you go to lucidchat.com, you can go get a free account and you can see different varieties of things you can get. So let's just say idea board. Okay, I love this one. So you try to write your ideas, let's say in a day what you want to achieve, what will be in your to-do list. So you can also drag and move it around. From to do, it's like you're going to do it, and once it's done, you put it here, mark it as complete. Okay, so this just saves a lot of my time and make sure that I actually complete all those tasks which I have in a particular. This is very useful if you're doing research because you have so much amount of articles and stuff to read. So you can move ideas to do, to doing, to done, and this has been very effective. I believe this should also impact you a lot. Right, so these were some of the strategies I wanted to share in terms of market research. I am always open to learn and grow. So if there's any new strategy you have, or if there's any new website you want to let me know, please feel free to email me, and please feel free to reach out to me. So this is all from my end, and I really thank you for your amazing time that way, right? So it's always a pleasure to learn and grow things together, right? So that's all, Lee, from my side. You want to add anything, Lee? I'll be also happy to hear from you.
Not too much from my end. You've been able to do justice to this particular topic, taking our audience around and educating them about market research and analysis. So it's an interesting program. So for our audience, this program comes up every week, Thursday, at this same time. So it's very interesting program. It's most especially people that are venturing into the ecosystem, blockchain, and cryptocurrency, how you'll be able to make a good decision. This, although it's not a financial advice, but it's going to guide you through the steps you have to follow to make good decisions. So join us always every time. So I don't know if there is any question.
Somebody raised their hand. I think Victor Samson. If you have any questions, you can anyways message me, or even you can actually get back to us if you have any specific question. You can always message us back. And I think if you have anything to ask. Okay, what is the cause of the raise of Bitcoin? They're asking specifically. Okay, so one important aspect, I believe, the raise of Bitcoin right now is people are negative about other assets. Okay, I will be very brutally honest. So people think like it's not safe to keep in banks. What if banks don't work? Okay, so they just believe that Bitcoin is much more safer because it is decentralized. Okay, so the reason why the price is increasing is people don't know where to put money. Okay, so they are just, and they look for shortcuts. Okay, so they just and they look for shortcuts. Okay, so they just want to go into that, and just want to make sure that they get good return on investment faster, and they believe with cryptocurrencies they can get an ROI. I think engineer Uzoli also has a question: which coin is the best to invest on now? So I said in the last episode, it's ADA, that's Cardano. I think you could try with that. Just start with a small investment and see how it grows. I see that as a good thing. Don't go with Bitcoin, please. So I don't recommend people to go with Bitcoin because it's too risky and it's too costly. Plus, again, don't go with just small bits. Just think how to minimize your losses. I believe you have 4 to 5 altcoins and have a little share of Bitcoin. So even if Bitcoin makes you a little bit loss, those 4 to 5 altcoins can make an overall increase in your total profit. Okay, Okay, because I know there are some altcoins, they go reverse of Bitcoin. Okay, so they behave much better, right? Even if Bitcoin goes up or down, right? So you need to be very careful which 5 coins to select. But I believe you can start with ADA. That's always my suggestion. Engineer only. So hope I have answered that. Yeah.
Yes, like what you are saying about investing in altcoins, like same here with me. When you're, for example, Bitcoin is moving, it's moved from 9,000 and is around 11,700 currently, or
Right.
$800. So some altcoins can easily do 2x, 3x, but it will take something like Bitcoin a longer time to do 2x, 3x. So it's better you invest in quality altcoins, not anyhow. Like Ethereum is still a good investment to
Right.
venture into because they have some upgrade and other things surrounding them.
Yeah, I mean, if we see the news, I think we automatically will understand which is the right coin. I think that's the best part, rightly. So they should subscribe to your channel. I think you are providing already a lot of information.
Yes, and they should also do their due diligence. It's not a financial
Correct.
advice, so we're just trying to
Exactly.
guide them through.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, we are just trying to give a knowledge. Again, it's your decision whether you would like to go ahead with that. So do a very good due diligence. I also do a lot of research. So I'm sure if you use this kind of technologies and if you have anything new, you could share to us. I think we believe we could mutually grow that way.
Yes. Thank you very much, Vama, for your time and our audience for bringing out their time also to join us today. Our audience, if you have any other questions, you can reach out to him or to Coin is Extra. We are always open to answer your questions. And also join us next week. I don't know if you have a topic for next week already.
I'll see. I'll see because there's so much data. I mean, I'm just puzzled with so much data. Let me see which is the best topic I can select.
Okay, maybe we will send out the information later.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
See you
Thank.
all next week.
Pleasure, all mine. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Lee, for this amazing session. Have a great time ahead.
Okay. Bye bye.